Clipping is a scam. Straight up, at least the way it's being promoted today. And it's the worst possible move you can make as a brand or business owner looking to drive massive organic traffic towards your offer. Stay with me for just a second, I'll explain to you why. Now, my name is Eli Pampa. I'm the former head of sales and marketing at Cobertate for over 2 years, and my team members at Clout Profit consist of 17 of the 25 marketers who generated 99% of all affiliate, views, and sales for Cobertate and Luke Baumar. We were working closely alongside Luke, Tate's cousin. We created the affiliate marketing system for the real world at the Cobertate operation. And again, that was wildly successful. It was in fact the most successful clipping operation on the internet of all time, bar none. Iman was less successful, Parmosi was less successful, Belmar was less successful. Everyone was less successful compared to us. And this is not to talk bad about them, this is simply the truth. Now, the problem with clipping as it's being promoted today and why it's such a scam is for a few reasons. First of all, when you implement a content reward system where you pay per, let's say, 1,000 views, it's extremely easy for clippers to then abuse the system and optimize only for views and not for sales. Because what's the incentive then for them to create videos with less views, higher quality traffic, and ultimately more sales for your offer? There is none. They're only getting paid for views, not sales. And remember, not all views are optimized for sales. So you're paying out of pocket for traffic which isn't even bringing you a direct ROI in your business. And further than that, the programs themselves, the platforms which host these programs, they take a hefty fee for you to even use them. So not all of the money that you put into these programs goes directly towards the editors. So it wasn't already optimized for you to make money in the first place. And at this point, you're better off just paying for regular ads where you put $1 into the ad, you get $1 of direct targeted traffic, which is much more likely to convert to a sale. Another point is that you don't even control the marketing that gets made about you. When random clippers optimize for views, they can literally take any clips about you in whatever order they want to and post them online however they want to. As long as it gets views, they get paid in theory, right? But it's not always the best thing because what makes the most views doesn't always make the most sales and in fact even damages your brand. Take a look at the perfect example, Luke Belmar. When he had this meme, it was the Johnny Walker, Tristan Tate alone in the war room sipping Johnny Walkers, and I studied. Went super viral, we all saw it. But what was the result? He looked like a laughingstock. He lost brand credibility and ultimately his sales for Capital Club dropped. So in short, these are the reasons why clipping the way it's being promoted today is a complete scam and is misleading everyone in the online creator space. Yeah, sure, for streamers it's valid if they only want views, no problem. But if you're a creator, it's literally a waste of your money. But there's a better way to do things. Let's hear now from the #1 organic affiliate for both Cobertate and Luke Baumar, what he thinks about the problems with clipping today and how you can actually pull it off profitably for your brand or business in 2025. We did it with the real world, the Cobertate operation, where we generated $129 million in sales. We did it, my team members did it with Luke Baumar and Capital Club, where we did $11 million in sales. We did both of these operations clipping the right way, optimizing not for views, optimizing for sales instead. So let's hear from him now.
My name is RZ, and I was the #1 organic affiliate for Cobertate and Luke Belmar during their peak virality. Yes, that means I got the most confirmed views and sales. You can see my accounts and results on the screen right here. This is important for us because we're not just here to generate views for no reason, right? As a brand or business owner, you're here to make money. So then how do you maximize for money? Well, you see, the whole point of clipping is to create traffic. But the problem is, not all clippers and traffic are created equal. More clippers doesn't mean more traffic, and more traffic doesn't mean more sales. So how do I know that this is true? You see, there were only 25 clippers who generated 99% of all sales. There were only 25 clippers who generated 99% of all traffic for Cobertate and Luke Belmar, and I was the #1 guy. 17 of those are now working with us at Clout Profit, and the rest independently. And not only did those 25 clippers generate 99% of all traffic, they also generated 99% of all sales. So what does this mean for you as a brand or business owner? This means that building a large clipping team is essentially useless to your operation and even harmful because you get even better results with only 2 to 3 world-class clippers without the headache of running a large team, without creating complex systems, and without losing your best talent. Because the reason these 25 clippers were able to generate 99% of all traffic and sales is not just because they were some world-class clippers. They were world-class marketers. They knew how to select which content went viral and which ones had the marketing message behind it to generate sales. And a big part of that came down to the branding of the accounts that we ran. So let me break this down. The top performing accounts all had branded pages to begin with. The bios, the accounts, usernames, story highlights, all of it was intentional, clean, and authoritative. So why does this matter? Because branding is the number one factor that determines whether someone will buy from your link or scroll past. When an account looks like the official brand, it gives people permission to engage. It tells them, oh, this is legit. And that triggers conversions. On the flip side, if an account were to look like some anonymous fan account reposting clips for clout, people might watch your videos, but they won't buy. Especially when you have dozens of other pages doing the same exact thing with no clear brand positioning. And this is a big reason to why the Tate affiliate program crushed it and Belmar's didn't reach its full potential. You see, the case with Tate, his top performers all had branded accounts because we structured it that way from day one. These pages had more authority. So when someone clicked the link in the bio, they trusted where they were going. Now Belmar, on the other hand, insisted his pages to be labeled as fan pages. But that single decision nuked his sales potential. If a viewer were to stumble across a piece of content from Belmar, they would get excited, but then they would go to the account and see fan page labeled. They would immediately lose trust. And that is a straight up conversion killer. So the lesson here is branding isn't optional. If you want sales, your top performers need to have branded accounts, or else your funnel is just broken from the start. And now here's the tragic part that most people will never realize. When you bring in 100 random editors, put them together and let them launch accounts with no clear branding, account structure, or sales tools, you're essentially killing your own future talent. Because some of these guys had the potential to become your biggest earners, because they spend the first 30 to 60 days making accounts, getting views, but no sales, because they weren't set up to convert. And I've seen this play out so many times. An affiliate will get excited, he'll have this opportunity right at his desk. He'll put in some effort, get some views, but because he didn't have the right account branding, he doesn't build trust, and he doesn't know how to optimize his CTAs, he makes nothing. He's gonna burn out and then eventually move on. And then that's how you lose your future top performer. Now, on the other hand, if he had started that same account with fully optimized branding, profile picture, story highlights, usernames, you name it, he would have seen sales. But then that small win early on keeps him in the game. And that's how you retain your future killers. So just train 5 editors properly instead of letting 50 post random garbage that doesn't convert. Because the few that do stay, if nurtured properly, will become your biggest earners. So now that we agree that basically having a bunch of random editors isn't the play here, let's talk about why 99% of these content reward systems are a complete fucking joke. So most of these campaigns are actually built by people who don't understand anything about business or going viral in general. They come up with this opportunity for you, but what they really want is free traffic. They'll promise you RPMs, and view-based payouts, and bonuses, but the second you blow up, they ghost you. But why is that? Because these guys never built a real system before. They'll probably expect maybe $5,000 to pay to their editors. But when a hungry 17-year-old kid comes in and makes 15 million views in a single weekend, suddenly the budget changed. Oh, we weren't expecting this, sorry. And then that's why most of these campaigns are one and done. Clippers will just squeeze 1 to 2 million views and then move on to the next opportunity, because there's no reason to stay and there's no loyalty. Now let's compare that to what I built with Nova. If you're not familiar, Nova is currently the fastest trading bot on the blockchain right now. You can go find them on Google or X. And Nova reached out to me to build out this reward system for them. But Nova isn't some bullshit pay-per-view promise. It's actually a real campaign built by someone who was the #1 organic affiliate. It wasn't theory, it wasn't hope, it was just pure execution. So I structured Nova with 4 things in mind. 1, RPM-based payouts, but with real money. No bullshit, no budget cap. If you perform, you deserve to get paid. Simple as that. 2, a leaderboard, but not just to create competition, but status. So you could see who was on top and everyone else wanted to go take their place. 3, referral rewards and long-term bonuses. So the people bringing in new editors could earn money too. 4, guides on how to properly convert viewers into referrals via my training. And now this created a flywheel. The top guys kept pushing, and now new guys had a path to level up, to stay to the top. And that's why everyone stayed longer. Because unlike all these other campaigns, I actually paid my people. If you perform, if you go viral, you deserve to get paid. No bullshit, oh, we weren't expecting this, or budget cap. And that's why Nova is going to keep getting results month after month, while the rest of the market, its competition, simply falls off.
Look, clipping content is only one piece of the puzzle. If you don't have the following highly optimized conversion system set up as well, your branding, backstory, and belief systems that people need to understand inside their heads clearly mapped out, a highly converting offer clearly defined with a corresponding funnel built, your 8-figure VSL and landing page also set up, an elite sales team to handle all the leads coming in, which I promise you could be 10 times better if you knew the things that we know about sales. A repertoire of long-form YouTube videos, already converting, with masterful and highly influential oration and presentation. If you don't have all of these things set up in your optimized conversion system to take all of that attention and turn it into money, then you're literally wasting your time and effort. At Clout Profit, we don't just teach you how to clip up videos, that's easy. We teach you how to take short-form content and turn it to a full-blown, cash-generating affiliate marketing machine. We show you how to brand your accounts so that people trust them immediately, how to set up bios, CTAs, link flows, and how to funnel to convert casual views into committed buyers. We teach you how to create an ecosystem of 2 to 3 elite editors instead of a circus of 50 amateurs, and we teach you how to retain your best talent by making sure they see wins early, they stay motivated, and become your long-term affiliates. So here's what you can do. If you want to copy our system, step by step, the exact plug-and-play formula that we use, the same one that we used in the affiliate marketing program for Cobertate, the same one that scaled Luke Belmar's brand, the same one that produced countless other successes for us, then you join Clout Profit Academy. Go to cloutprofit.com, link in the description, watch the free presentation, and apply to book in a 30-minute call with yours truly, where together we go through your brand or business and we identify the roadblocks and the blind spots and how to fix them so that you can scale your brand or business to 8 figures and beyond. My promise to you, regardless if you join Clout Profit Academy or not, is we will leave you better than we found you. We will have a clear roadmap of exactly what the needle-moving activities are in your brand or business and how you can execute them moving forward. Because in the new creator economy, views don't mean anything if you can't convert them. And that's the difference between being viral and being rich. Because would you rather have a team of amateur clippers making a bunch of views for you, or would you rather have an elite team of affiliates making sales for you? I think the choice is quite obvious. I will see you inside.